Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful and smart and kind and pleasant and ever always responsive, Anita is next to me. As you probably know, Anita is a designer, and I got a honor to work with this lady 3 times in the last week. Once Anita came to Skyroom and helped me carry my bags, watch my stuff so no one steals it, line up models for the show. Basically, like did releases. I don't think any assignment that I asked her to do, she would just nod, said yes sir or like, yes Alex, and just did everything I asked her. Then in return, I came to help her to do the show on the boat at the Harbor Lights, and hopefully you like the video. The only problem with that, when I was actually doing Anita's interview, the mic came off from the camera and we didn't have sound. So all the other interviews, which I did 51 interviews, I have sound and everything is fine. The only person who was matter at that show, Anita, her interview, I don't have sound. So I apologize for that. So that's what we're doing today. As a replacement for that interview. And then I had a show with Max the other week on Thursday, and Anita also on my when I asked her to, and Max asked her to help out, came and show her collection. And I think every time you work with me, I think you found a little bit more trust and comfort zone to collaborate. First time you kind of, okay, what these guys are doing, let me just be helpful, and I'll be very humble and quiet. Second time when it was your show, you was kind of hectic. Luckily that I think we got 3 models from my show to appear in your show, and 1 girl I recruit out of 2 on the boat to join your production. And finally, when we had a show at the HGQ hotel last week, that's when you brought already your own designer, your own models, and you had more kind of level of control. The only problem was, after having a boat show with all that stuff, you was quite exhausted, and I don't think you put much effort into this. But now we here at Brick, and we will try to rectify this. So we're gonna plan some stuff for you guys at for the Fashion Week in February. We're gonna talk about the shows in November at Skyroom, I think November 29. And but since all that long announcements, let's get back to the main reason. Let's talk about Anita. Tell my audience who you are. What do you do?
Hi, I'm a couture and urban designer. I've been designing for about 6 years now. I do men's clothing and women. Haven't came out with a children's line yet, but I'm thinking about it. And I've been doing this for like 6 years. I haven't made any like money yet, but I love what I do so much that it really lets me bring out my artist skills and my work, and I get to be around other people that loves fashion, that loves art and body paint and singers, and I make so many new friends, and it's just a great opportunity.
Okay, so I actually did not know that you do men's clothes. So what I would propose to you, maybe here on camera, I get to go to quite a few big kind of celebrity fancy events. Sometimes Russian Ability Society, or like a Fashion Week or opening nights and stuff, where big, like if not just billionaires, but big celebrities, A-list people there. Perhaps maybe you can dress me, and when the red carpet comes and I mention what I wear, maybe that gets a little bit of attention. I know I'm not a slim, beautiful, a model, but I still have some a bit following, and people might think that if you can make middle-aged guy like me kind of look nice, maybe they can be dressed also nicely by you. I understand people do fashion for fun, and people want to have fashion as their something that to express themselves. But what are the ways for the designers to make additional income and creative ways? Like, I understand you can sell your clothes, you can sell, models can buy your garments. What are the ways of income that designers have in addition to traditional, way to make money?
Well, usually how we make our money is that we have a website that we sell our couture or handmade pieces. There's two websites that I sell my pieces on, which is with my partner, with L, that you met Thursday. I design clothes for him too as well. His is swagganese.com and mine's is definemedesigns.com.
I see. But let's say if a designer wants to make a living, perhaps there are wealthy people who want to have one-of-a-kind look. So when they go to a red carpet, when they go to like a big event, and if they look at the closet that has hundreds and hundreds of garments there, but they still don't have the full, exact look that no one else has, is that a possibility for a designer to come aboard and design something that one of a kind, like so because people lose weight, gain weight, there are always like new trends come on board, and when you want to be, let's say, I don't know, like yesterday we had a terrible thing happening in the Pittsburgh synagogue. 11 Jews been killed. Like you might want to wear a particular garment, and you don't have time to go shop even online. When you go on Amazon, it takes like 2 days to get it shipped. But if a designer can design for you a piece right on the spot and sew it in a couple of hours, I don't think it's faster than going to the store and buying it. But you might want to wear something in honor of that. Let's say I'm a Jew, I would wear a Jewish star, like a Mogen David, and just to make a point. So a designer might be relevant because it lives like. Media attention is really short. Maybe 3-4 days later, no one will care for that tragedy. Today, it is talk of a town. So if you're a designer and you're local here in New York, and you can actually make an impact, and you can design something that speak up on that particular news.
Well, what
Can you design that quickly?
Yes, it all depends on the material, because some material you have to sew by hand because it's very delicate. A lot of the material that I use is very expensive, so a lot of stuff I do by hand. Some I do by the sewing machine. But I usually ask.
Advantage of living in
give me 3 to 7 days.
Okay.
So it can come out perfect.
I see.
Right.
So it's not that quickly.
No, it's not.
The serious stuff, it takes like I've seen some wedding dresses take 6-8 months a year to make it, because garments comes from different parts of the world, and it's a lot of work, and it's very sophisticated. It's a piece of art. It takes a while, and many people before it's get invented. But there are things that still, I believe, could be done relatively fast in New York, just to make a point, and that could not be done by purchase, like I said, online or in a store. You have to have a designer that relevant today. What is your plans for the fashion week for February? Like, do you have any ideas? What do you want to do?
Yes, I have a lot of ideas for February. I'm trying to think of a theme for my collection, and recently I had a fire at my business location, so I kind of like lost everything. So now I'm just starting back over with getting mannequins, getting a new sewing machine, getting a cutter machine, getting a press machine, things like that. But I have some of the equipment now, so right now I'm just working on producing more urban, because I realized that a lot of urban designers make is easier and faster way to make money than couture, because couture is very expensive, and only certain people can afford it.
Okay, so that brings me to another question. it's my understanding that being a designer is a very expensive and time-consuming career. There are designers who just do it for a living and they do nothing else but design. And there are designers like some of us, like I have a job and I do this on the side as fun. And what is the difference? There are people who just do that. I think they are good at this, but they might jeopardize their trade for money, and they because they need to pay bills with this trade. They will do whatever it takes to make money, but not necessarily creative and artsy and fashionable. And there are people who have jobs and who provide for their family with on 9-to-5 job, but they do fashion because they love it. So they don't care even if it doesn't make money. They still do it just because they enjoy and the process, the result, the fashion. So they might end up with a more creative work and more important work than people who actually do it just for money and whatever sells.
Right. That's a good question. I don't know how to answer that one.
But do you want to I understand there are either people who just do fashion, like I don't know, Kevin Klein or Yves Saint Laurent, who nothing else, and they are all the way on top. And there are people who are starting like you and have day jobs, and they have ways to pay the rent and pay for the things, but do it for fun. I don't think one is better than the other, but there are two different approaches. I don't know which is better. We all want to do what we want for fun, for money, and get paid for it. But it's also one of the ways to kind of say, you know what, I'm doing this because I love it. Whether I get paid or not, I'm still doing it. And some people saying, unless I'm getting paid, I'm not sewing, I'm not doing it. I have to first market it and first to make money, and then once I have money, then I'll sew. That's my question. Which is right?
Well,
both have merits.
Well, with me, like with my partner L, before he started producing his collection, or because Thursday was his first fashion show, so he was very excited. And it's like he didn't want to showcase his work until he mass produce it to where he could sell and make money in production. And as far as with me, the way how I'm making money to sustain myself, I work a part-time job. I work in the office. I do political research. I've been doing that now for about a year. And, I use that job, to do what I'm doing now in the fashion, which is to be able to buy new material, to produce new collections every year, new couture collections every year. And the job, I don't let my part-time job dictate my life, because this is my real career, which is fashion designing. I only took the part-time job to look at it and say, okay, this is my first investor that's investing into my company, so this way I can produce my work and create and still design shoes and clothes and things like that. So that's my main goal, and I'm gonna continue doing that until I make it big, and then I don't have to work that job anymore. I could just do my fashion.
Cool. Thank you, Anita. If my audience would like to work with you, what's your Instagram, how they can reach out to you?
Yes, my Instagram is BNYCTV, and that's my Instagram. My Facebook is Anita W. Asor at Facebook, or you can contact me at www.definemedesigns.com.
Guys, I'm sorry, I didn't want to cut it that quick. I still have two more questions. One question about the show that we just did. I think it was so far the best one what we produced together. What's your aftermath of the show? And the second question after that, how we can make it better for next one.
I just got to remember to bring sticky books so I can write the model's name down of who outfits is going with who, because I couldn't show all the pieces that I wanted to show for the show for Thursday.
It was too small space.
Yeah, and the space was like kind of small. So if we have like a bigger space, bigger
more.
venue, and have
I think
more
that
room.
we should put whenever models got a garment and then doing something and with the makeup and stuff, they should go and take pictures with photographers. They should go to the red carpet. They should not sit in the dressing changing room, because that takes space. Everybody on each other. It's too hot. It's too crowded. We should have, because the audience, the photographers, they want to have someone to feast their eyes on. They want to take some pictures. So we would, because runways last for a few seconds for each girl. So if the girls go downstairs and take pictures and the pose and break down in different locations, we will have a whole bunch more pictures and properly done, rather than just a few from the runway. And the photographers will have a chance to mirror the light and like different poses, different looks, and the audience will see that the models what's coming, so they will stay. People who came at 5-6 o'clock, they left because they didn't stay for 9:30 show. So but if they see constantly model coming in, more and more models, they will say, you know what, let me stay for a couple hours to see the rest of the show, the whole thing. So that will we might bring a bigger crowd. We totally missed the red carpet. I don't think we did red carpet again, so we need to have more attention to this. I think we should do better lighting of the stage, because of pictures that I see came out terrible. Like, I didn't do any pictures, but a couple of guys who so far submit pictures, they are far from what could be desired. I was trying to do something. I was the only one, I think, who was doing the video, so I thought I couldn't do both video and pictures. So at least I did some video for everybody. But I think that we have a good energy. You and I, we work together smoothly. So I have no complaints. Collaborating with you, I think you're very much fun and humble person to work with, and hopefully you like the way I operate. I think I'm pretty fair. I don't stay too just my way or that way. Even with in case of Megan. Megan is a big deal. Megan is a creative person. Megan helps me tremendously. I asked Max.
I love her shoes.
I asked Max, let's have every model have a wear black dress and shoes, so everybody pays attention to the shoes. Let's open the stage with the shoes, and then we can do everything else. And he just still changed it to the and then he put together Megan collection and my collection together, so photographers would know what to film, the glow in the dark clothes or the shoes. So she didn't have her own lineup what we are supposed to give to her. So I thought that could be improved for the next one. What else? I think other than this, we had quite a bit of nice interaction. I think a tremendous help was that Andy came in again, and Andy did his body paint, and the girls love it. I don't think the makeup was that great. I would desire better. Those girls are just learning, but I think that the girls without makeup might even look better than the makeup we got. But it is what it is. When it's free, it's you say thank you, and even be grateful. So we are thankful. But I think maybe next time we might find more experienced makeup artists. I think that might make the show pop up, I think, better, because the looks, the hair, the makeup matters. Because if I brought on my show, if you saw, I brought lots of eyeglasses, and I brought lots of wigs and hats and stuff. So if I don't like the makeup and the hairstyle, at least I can put up some, it's Halloween, so we can do, cover the girls with eyewear. We can cover with the hats, and that way, they still pay attention to the garment. The girls feel comfortable, but it does not take away from the look. But if it's the girl, you take a really, really pretty girl and you do kind of mediocre makeup, it kills the look, and the girl doesn't feel 100%. And these girls are it's their first show, they're just starting. So if you show them this is like a really, really kind of low quality production, they don't come for the second one. They don't keep doing this ever again. And it's very important to when the girls are just starting. So the first show, the first couple of times they see the proper way. It's how it's supposed to be done. The glamour, the beauty, the glory, and the runway. Otherwise, they lose the interest quite in an early stage and never come back.
Right. I agree with you on that. But
I don't want to be too harsh.
I don't want to be too harsh on the makeup people either, because we really need them and we might need them again. So I don't want to throw any punches or anything like that,
punches.
because
Just want to be fair. And
I don't even know if my makeup looks good right now, because I did it myself. So I don't want to.
I'm next to you. I think you look good.
So but the only thing is that I would say that for the runway, maybe if we can bring like the lighting stands, the poles, and like
light needs.
Because
he brought
like
them, but he didn't use them.
Like for the
it took half of the studio space because he had those stands with lights, but they just been there. He didn't use them. That's the problem. I saw the lights. He brought lots of them. It took a lot of space, but he did not turn them on. What's the point of having those lights if you don't use them on a runway? That's my light was the only light from my camera that light up the stage. That's not how it's supposed to be. The runway is supposed to be no flash, just a proper light. And everybody was using last minute. Like I was doing color correction quite a bit on that. I'm just saying that the sounds, even we need to have a sound person, the DJ, the person who will run the mic, the MC who will announce it properly. We don't like even the breaks. The breaks kills the mood. The runway should, if once it starts, it should go. We need to have more practice runs. We didn't have that many people in the audience, so the girls could have much bigger walk right and left, and the audience could see it, and they could take a better pictures with their cell phone. So we get girls get more pictures, go more social media, more Instagram stuff. So that was my take was like to have it all around rather than just come in and a very short walk. We had longer show, more footage, more pictures, more video out of it, and the girls will have more chance to be it's instead of a few seconds. Anyway, look, let's work. So we did our best we can. Everybody try. Let's have just the next one better. That's all I'm saying. That we want to learn from our mistakes. I take full responsibility for the things that I did not know, I didn't do, and I hope that next time I do better. This video is not to put anybody down. This is more like okay, we did this. This is good, but we can do better, or what we can do better. That's just help me to remind. So a few months later, I forgot. I do so many things, so I get to look at that video and say, okay, that's when it was fresh in my mind. That's what caught my attention. Maybe I should pay more attention to those points next one, just to make it better. Guys, if you have questions, suggestions, recommendations, please comment. Please let us know. We'll be glad to answer. Stay tuned. Hopefully Andy will agree for one or more quick interview today, and you will have the body paint perception of the show as well. Thank you.